Welcome back to the shop, good to see you again. I've got an update on the control panel. I've got the first batch of switches in and nearly all working. Anyway, let's roll the titles and we'll have a look. Right, here we are. I've got these are the main controls. The first ones I really wanted to get done. So we've got with a shroud round it, cycle start, so you can't easily hit it. Pause, stop, flood and mist. So let me just explain how they work. Okay, so we've got the first batch of buttons installed, but they are intrinsically linked to Mach 3. So if I press the cycle start button here, it doesn't light up until it's had a signal back from the computer from Mach 3 to say, through the second COM port, to say, okay, you're running, you can light the LED. So if I do that, you'll see what I mean. It lights up instantly because it's quite a quick system. There's a little brain written in Mach 3 to make that happen. So the machine has gone into cycle run, as you can hear, I'm sure, and everything's hunky-dory. So if I just press stop it and rewind the code, this indicates it. Indicates what I'm saying. So if I press cycle start up here on Mach 3, the cycle start button comes on. Funnily enough, also the flood button comes on because the program's called for flood, and flood has started over there. If I press flood, it turns it off, turns flood off, and the same thing happens. It doesn't get that response to turn on or off. What's the word? The light is lit only when the computer has said that it's doing that action. So if I turn flood up on here, it comes on down here. That I think is very important, because otherwise you can become disconnected from the two, and you could be in a situation where this panel says it's stopped but the machine is still moving. That's dangerous. So there we go. So that's where we are. It all seems to work. Let me just rewind the code again. Cycle start. Cycle start's fine. When I press pause, nothing seems to happen for a second, and then that's because of how Mach 3 runs. It won't immediately, instantaneously pause, which I think is dangerous. I don't think that's a very sensible way to have written the program, but I didn't write it and I couldn't. I'm not that good. So what's happened is, as soon as the machine has gone into pause, the pause light is lit up because it's got a signal back from Mach 3 to say, okay, we've gone into pause. The Arduino then picks up the fact that the Arduino inside picks up the fact that we're in pause, lights the pause button and flashes the run button. So what it's doing is saying, okay, you've got a choice here. If you want to stop, press the stop button, but your next normal course of action would be to, after having paused it, would be to continue playing, continue to run. So if I press that, pause button has gone off and we've gone back into run. So you can't probably see it very well from this angle, but it's cycling through codes. So that's good. Now for the dodgy bit. For the life of me, I cannot work out what's gone on here. I've mapped keyboard controls to do things. So Control F turns the flood on. We don't have Control F up here. I've got a second keyboard on it. This second keyboard will disappear once I've finished all the programming on this. So that'll go in the dusty bin. So Control F turns flood on and off. Control M turns the mist on and off. Now this is the bit I can't get my mind around. When I press this, the mist button, all it's doing is telling the Mach 3 it's pressing Alt M, which is what I've mapped for mist. So I can turn it off absolutely fine. Can I turn it on? No. There you go. Turns it off, but will not turn it on. If anybody's got any ideas, I'm all ears. It's exactly the same code, so Alt M effectively toggles the mist on and off. So when you press the button to do that, all it's doing is telling the Arduino, press Alt M, but it doesn't work. So I have spent probably 10 days of time thinking about this as to why on earth this won't hackle, and I'm stuck. So if anybody's got any ideas, that's fine and dandy. I may well actually make that a system that's disconnected from Mach 3, so it might just be you press that button to turn mist on and mist off and ignore everything that happens on here. That's a relatively safe thing to do because there's not going to be much in the way of physically moving parts. I don't have a mist system on here at all at the moment, something I intend to build because I want to make more of these YouTube videos, and you can't see a great deal when the thing is covered in flood, so mist makes sense. And I've started to amass some of the parts needed to make that, but I digress anyway. So videos, you have to bear with me. It's been a fairly difficult couple of 3 weeks. I lost my father 2 weeks ago today, funnily enough, and it's been a bit of a challenge, to say the least. It's what can you say? It's although my father was quite elderly and he was very, very frail. He was 87 and yeah, struggling, and we knew that the end was close, but it's still a heck of a shock when it actually happens, and you know, it takes time to process that. And as you can imagine, I'm fairly busy at the moment with other bits and pieces, so please bear with me. I've not gone off the radar. I'm just dealing with other stuff at the moment. So thanks for watching. I will continue to work on this as and when I can. There's a few more bits to go in, which are the speed and feed overrides, which I have, oddly enough, run out of space on the first Arduino. I haven't got enough I/O pins, input and output pins. So the simplest solution, I thought, would be to put an Arduino Mega in, which has got like 54 odd input and output pins, more than enough to do the job. But it doesn't emulate a keyboard very well. You have to, from what I've read about it, you have to reflash it into a slightly different machine. Then you have more complicated system to upload the code. So the simplest solution is to buy another Arduino Leonardo, which is what this one is, and install it as a parallel, completely separate system. So that's what I've done. I've got another Arduino Leonardo. I will write the code for a little rotary encoder. I'll get one. Right, here we are. This is a simple rotary encoder. It just rotates continuously. You see these in everything. They're often used for menu selections and control knobs, volumes, that sort of thing. There's a switch in there. You can probably just hear that. So these should make a good way of feed rate override up and down. Press the button to go into override and then up and down. And spindle speed, same thing with a separate one. Press the button to go into spindle speed override and then up and down it. I've got two more blue push buttons, so I may well parallel up the switch in this with the blue switches. So and use the same system for lighting the for lighting the blue LED. So you'll be able to either push the button or push this, and the blue LED should start flashing and continue to flash while you're in override. I think that's quite a good thing to do, because it's very easy if for instance, if you picked up if you've done part of a cycle and you've machined quite a lot of material away already, and you wanted to run from the program from the start again, in rapid overrides, if you like, until you get close to starting to cut metal again, I think it's very important to have the override switches flashing at you, so that you know you're not running at the speed the thing is intended to cut at. So you can then reset that when you get close to cutting metal again, and you won't plough the tool in at 10 times its normal cutting speed, for instance. So that's where we are at the moment. Thanks for watching. I know this isn't much of a video, but I'm sure you can appreciate it's been difficult. I will get on with more of this, and there will be more machining videos coming up. It's just a question of when I can get sufficient time in here. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for the comments. It's always good to read what people think, good and bad. You know, we all make mistakes and bugger things up. So thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye.